How's it going, guys? What is going on? We are looking at something very specific today. Tonight, we are looking at night vision and how it impacts your gameplay, how it changes how things work, essentially. So, we're looking at scopes, lasers, lights, anything that will impact your night vision in a positive or negative way. So, what we have is we've got AKMSN, which allows me to put the PSO sights on it, and the night vision scope. We also have an ADAR that has tracer and regular ammo in it, so we can kind of look at that as well as a bastion and 30 mil rings to kind of take a peek at a few things. So we're going to go ahead and load into a woods in the dark, practice mode, and let's go ahead and dive into this. How's it going, Ethan? What you up to tonight, buddy? Looking forward to seeing how this all shakes out. I've got a few things that I've looked at before with the night vision scopes that makes a huge difference. And I'm thinking people aren't paying attention to things like they should with night vision. I know I made a mistake that was super obvious once I made it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just an idiot. But sometimes it do be like that. And before we get rolling, let me go ahead and get my ticky-tack. Going for a mod journey. What you doing? They're they're fairly cheap in the grand scheme of things in Tarkov. So let's go ahead and throw these on. You can see the light post does kind of show in some of the lights, but it's kind of hard to make it out, right? So let's go ahead and hit N. And this is what we're looking at here. So these have a very kind of fuzzy look to them. Obviously, on the corners, it's going to be a little bit hazy because of the goggles. Now, once we start switching to other models, we'll see things obviously a little bit clearer, but that fuzz that you're seeing is all over the screen and does kind of impair your vision. So let's go ahead and grab another set out. So compared to that, this is the higher end goggles, right? So for those who join on TikTok, if you want to go ahead and join, hit the link in the Discord, in the bio of the Discord. Good grief, it has been a while. We're looking at night vision on Tarkov tonight. We might go ahead and take a quick break and kind of restart this whole thing. Just because I've got another stand we might have to use, so I do apologize, guys. I'm gonna grab the other camera stand really quickly, so I'll be right back, and we'll get this whole show on the road. And I do apologize for the struggle, but I mean, it is what it is, right? All right, boys, sorry for that scuffed start. So, as we were saying, so here we have the darkness of Tarkov. So Tarkov itself obviously is a super dark game in the nighttime. There's obviously some ambient light given by moon, things like that. And things are going to impact that, right? So you're going to want to have NVGs to kind of combat that. Utilizing your night vision is absolutely huge when going into these engagements and trying to have an upper hand. So we're going to take a look at a few night vision goggles, and then we're going to obviously use the best ones to kind of compare everything so we can get a good picture, a good clear picture of what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to throw the cheapest set on. So the cheapest set is going to come from Skier Level 2, the PNV10Ts. So these are going to be right here. And as you see, it's fairly grainy, but it does offer you a pretty good vision overall. You're missing a little bit of your field of view, but that's not necessarily a bad thing compared to some of the more expensive units. But again, this is Skier Level 2, and it's one of the cheaper options, if not the cheapest option for night vision. So let's go ahead and kind of switch this out for the next step up. So that next step up is going to be this monocular. So this is the PVS 14 monocular. This is from Peacekeeper 2 at 1,289 USD. This unit is pricey for what it is. You're going to see why. So check this out, right? We hit that button and boom. We have like no vision. Let's go ahead and pull up YouTube chat as well. So the lack of vision here obviously is a massive, issue. We can't see a large portion of our screen, and it becomes essentially a detriment to us. It is a little crisper. It's a little cleaner. There's less fuzz going on. But in my mind, it's not necessarily worth the trade-off versus the actually cheaper PNV system. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of pop that on the ground. The next step up is the Armasight N15. So this is 44,000-ish rubles on the flea, about 820 US dollars Peacekeeper 3. So it is a step up. But we're going to see a pretty solid change here in the color. The color is obviously a little bit different here. It does change kind of how clear things are, and that is an advantage. But obviously, you still have the same issue you have that PNV at a little bit less of a price at a earlier level. So these, again, are kind of out in my mind. So we're going to go ahead and hit these on, drop that out of here. And we're going to grab the bad lads, the big boys. These are the GP NVG 18s. These are the top end of NVGs, and we're going to use these for the experiment because obviously I can see the most, get the best footage, and it's the clearest image. So having all this field of view gives us a few massive advantages. What we have in the gun right now is just regular old PS ammo. We are open sight, so let's go ahead and bust off a few shots. Not too bad. Now if I go ahead and reload this, I should have chamber's gonna be PS. Now I'm gonna have some tracer rounds in the rest of the magazine. So at this point, let's go ahead and shoot. And the tracer rounds don't make too much of a difference in the NVGs. I honestly would say they probably make more of a difference without the NVGs. But you still can't quite see them, so there's no real point in running them on these guns, I would say. So kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to pop our NVGs back on. And now I want to look at something else. The suppressor obviously changes how your NVGs interact with the environment. This is going to be a slightly different way of interacting with the environment. So this is what you're looking at with a stock AK. That flash can really take you out if you're kind of shooting a bunch, because once you start kind of right, it gets really hard to see. So my question was, does flash hiders actually matter? Do they actually impact anything? And let's go into NVGs off, take a couple of shots with these off. that is a heck of a flash, and it does impact your vision. For those of you on TikTok Live, I appreciate you sending me likes. It does make a huge difference in how the algorithm perceives the stream. So we're going to go ahead and pop that off. Now we're going to throw on a Dynacomp, a little higher end muzzle brake on this. The signature is significantly less, so we actually know that this does in fact impact the charge of the round, right? The actual pop that the round makes. So that's kind of cool. That actually means that it matters. But for the rest of the test, we're going to throw the suppressor back on just because we have one, and suppressor. So now we have the NVGs on. We're going to go ahead and throw on our first scope. This is the PSO1. Line up, and that is fairly clear, super crisp in the NVGs. I have no problem seeing that and seeing past it. If I turn the light on, this we run to later scopes, is the light really reflects back your NVGs. So obviously lights off. All right, go ahead and let's do this as well. Let's get rid of that one. Boom. So that's going to our inventory. Now, there is a thing with this gun that gives it kind of a unique property. That is the ability to mount a sight to the side of it through like a dovetail system. So if I go and take my NVGs off, pop these on, I have some night vision capability with the scope, while still have my peripherals be non-backlit, which can be an advantage in some fights if you see a light pop off on the side, right? Now if I put my NVGs on, put these on, and it is obviously super bright with that light reflecting back in the scope. So, take that off. There's something else too you can do with the AK, that it has a front lit sight. So you see it has that little light up front. If I take my NVGs off, how much crisper and cleaner that looks. So you can really locate that front post if you want to run that. But obviously, if you can see it, the enemy can see it. So kind of keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and take that off. Dig in here, and I believe that's all of them we have that mount to that system. So now we're going to take a look at the ADAR. So the ADAR is obviously going to run quite a bit, right? It's an M4 platform, an AR platform. The sights work fairly well because they're a fairly open sight in the dark, but you're still going to lose it. So we're going to start out with one of the earlier sights that you're going to use, which is probably going to be like a Spectre. So we're going to throw that on. You see in the dark. Throw the NVGs on, and how much crisper that actually is. Right, you can see through it without too much of an issue. The little bit of light on the sight isn't necessarily a bad thing on the sight. It kind of gives you a little bit of an advantage in that it actually kind of shows the sight. Pop that off and see how much darker that is. So there are two different Spectre sights though. So let's go ahead and grab that one off and grab the black unit on. Looks like no real difference in visibility in these two sights. All right. So let's move on to the 30mm ring sights. Oh, hey, you know what we could do first? I've got some ACOGs. Oh, I grabbed them out. You also have the Vulcan. So the Vulcan is another night vision scope. Obviously, well, they're way too bright. And actually, that night vision is fairly clean. I dare say that sight is worth using, other than a bit of far MOA. It's not going to be advantageous because of the large reticle. So that's kind of the only thing to think about there. All right, it's kind of nice to know that there's that option in the Vulcan. So 30mm rings on. ACOG on. So here we have the, I think this is 3.5 ACOG. Oh, this is 4 times. Okay, it's very slight lit reticle, so it should show very crisp and clean, and it does. Actually, this is a very, very nice sight. Other than that is kind of obnoxious, is it not? Overall, not hating that. I think that that looks fairly crisp and clean. Go ahead and take the ACOG off. Well, the ACOG is fantastic. It's a 4x zoom. There's a 3.5x zoom option as well in Tarkov, and it makes a world of difference. Let's go ahead and throw on the 30mm rings. So 30mm rings is where I found a lot of differences in scopes. This is where I found my issue. So I was running on Shoreline, and I ran into an invisible player. And the footage came out like hot garbage because of a simple issue of not being able to see. So this is the TAC 30, which is a scope that I absolutely love, right? This is my main go-to scope. You see that giant reticle, it's backlit, nice and clean during the day, but at night, that stuff glows. It makes the scope pretty much unusable during the nighttime. So kind of keep that in mind, is those red reticles, is they're going to glow in your NVGs. You're not going to want that. That's going to give you a bad time, and you're going to wish you had something else. Versus, like, let's look at the Razor. The Razor is a scope that I use a lot now. It's kind of become my go-to. But it kind of gives that little green dot in the middle with the Razor, and that's actually not a bad thing. It makes it super crisp and clean and easy to see, and gives you the option at that point, because there's so much zoom on the scope, to kind of back off of that and maybe not use NVGs if you have a crisper target, which would not be surprising a lot of times. All right, let's go ahead and throw this scope in there. And I want to test out the, is this one the 3 to 24, the March. That's what it was, the March, that you're going to use this for a task for killing Sturman at a long distance with the March. So say if you want to try that at night, this is what you'd be looking at. Put the NVGs on. It's a 14x zoom, so it is zoomed in, and that's like undoable, right? You're gonna look at that tree beyond that, and you lose it. Versus like no NVGs. So think about that, right? All of these red lit reticles are going to be pretty much unusable with nods. The Schmidt & Bender is a site that I actually use on occasion, like Lighthouse, for farming rogues. So you see all that red, though, again, because it doesn't have the bulky, it's going to be a pretty crisp and clean. So that's kind of your rule of thumb, right? It's like the TAC 30, that Schmidt & Bender, or the March, the March has a very large, chunky red reticle that's going to glow. Because it's going to have that, like, halo effect around that. Versus this, that has a very thin red element that shows very crisp and clean in the NVGs. But let's say that you're not a big guy for the 30mm ring. Let's say you like that 320. Because that's a very dark sight that's going to show up very well against the night vision. And if that's not your taste, what about something like that? Ooh, I use this a lot. So this is something I run a lot on, like factory or customs, the shorter maps. And you see it still has a pretty crisp and clean sight with the night vision. I dare say it's even crisper with the night vision on. But that would also mean that the HHS1 should be a very similar experience. And it is. I mean, the EOTech is a very crisp, clean, except when you zoom in. So that's when you get it, is the magnification of that scope is also pulling in the light. So you're getting that reflection off your nods, and you're getting the light reflection back into the scope. So that's going to give you some problems if that's what you're after. And finally, let's look at a couple of reflexes. So the big thing is shielded reflex versus open reflex. Right, you see how hazy that dot is? Because you can really see all the particles bouncing off that dot when you have the night vision on. So like that even might be crisper, but the sight just isn't really usable with night vision on my mind. Because the MOA is just, it like doubles, you know, with where that bolt's going to hit in your dot. But if you go to something like a holographic shielded sight, it's a little crisper, a little cleaner. But it's still, man, and you see that laser? How obvious that is? And we'll get to that in 1 second here. But overall, man, my winner sight here, day in, day out, the sight that I use the most, honestly, is probably going to be this, the 2 times. And it's got a couple of cool features for nighttime. So let's say you're running night raids, right? And you do see somebody silhouetted against the back. You can go ahead and swap that to a nice, clean red sight. And the 2 times is just great. It's a super clean scope. And it's a really versatile scope too, right? Because you can go ahead, swap to auto on most rifles and do your job. Obviously, the 8R, you're not going to be doing that because it's semi-auto. But you get what I'm saying. Is that less push in, you know, on the magnification. You're going to have a much better chance at hitting your shots with the recoil as well of full auto. What up, Puka? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, 2 times, dude. It's a jam. It's a vibe. So that kind of brings me to the last little bit here that I want to kind of talk about on these. And that is actually going to be lights and lasers. So this is something you see a lot, right? On like Tears of the Sun, Black Hawk Down, right? All these super cool action movies. They've all got these like strobe effects on lasers. So we're going to go ahead and throw the basic Glock tech laser and light on this 8R. We're going to take the nods off. You see how dark it is. And you see how bright that laser is. And I actually can see where that's pointing at those trees. Way over there. Is how bright that laser is. Now, again, if you can see it, the enemy can see it. And the flashlight. Both. Alright, so let's go and do the same thing with NVGs. You see how much brighter that is with night vision. Is like that is a lightsaber glowing in your face. The flashlight, dude, there's no point. Both, you're showing your position and you're showing where you're looking. You're showing everything about what you're doing without committing at that point, because you can't see a dang thing with that flashlight in your way. So let's go ahead and pop that one off and make a switch. The peck is the one you're going to see in like every movie, right? The peck is the famous one. It's got a few options. So let's go and turn this off. Flip laser on. Flip laser on. Oh, wait. Night vision. So the cool thing with the peck is it's infrared. So what that means to you is you can't see it without nods. You're going to need NVGs. You're going to need night vision to see these. So that means that only other Chads can see you using this. And the infrared flashlight actually is super, super crisp. And even if you don't have night vision on, this is going to give you a hip fire bonus. So it's worth running these during the day when people probably aren't going to be running NVGs. And even at night, I mean, you can risk it, and maybe, you won't run into somebody from NVGs, but you might. And if they are, this is what you're going to, be running against, dude. Is you're running to somebody that's, you look like a giant beacon with where you are with these. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the cheapest budget one that almost everybody runs, and that is the LS321. The LS321, as you can see, is tan. It's a unit. Flip these out. Again, lightsaber, but also the green is slightly less visible to the naked eye. So here we have full infrared. And we have an infrared flashlight, a spotlight. And actually, the infrared spotlights work very, very well. And finally, we have kind of a combination of the infrareds. So really, you really need to kind of take a peek and look at what you're going after, how visible you want to be. Because, yeah, you might have night vision, you might have the advantage, but somebody else might also be trying to pull the same move and get one up on you. So it's just something to think about. But I'm going to go ahead and back on out of this lobby. We are going to run through some guns, maybe run through some scopes. We've got some night raids we're going to run for some tasks. And maybe do a little bit of scavenging, see if we can get some trouble. But while I get myself situated, I'm going to grab me a drink. You should do the same thing. Grab a snack. Oh, I've got Reese's in front of me. I don't know what you got. And let's have some fun. Let's cause some chaos. Already dead.
Where is it?
In front of you.
Oh. Gabby boy. There's an azimuth if you need a bigger rig.
TV, bruh.
Oh, well. I needed a bigger rig. I should just... I hate control clicking because sometimes if the person has a backpack on, it goes right in the fucking shit.
Yeah. Right into their stuff instead.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, we hunted down that body at least.
Yeah, we CSI Miami that shit.
Clear works.
Right. I saw something run right.
Okay.
Towards Scav House. Across from that SUV by that area.
We'll get to rocks.
I thought I did. It could have been just like a bush fucking, like, you know how at a
They
distance
flicker
how
in.
they wave? And yeah. You know, it looked like maybe that or someone running. One of the two.
More inclined to believe it's somebody running at this time.
Well, it's Tarkov. Can never be too paranoid, I guess, right?
Well, as far as the raid timer goes,
Yeah.
people should be looking to exfil right now.
Oh. It's running towards me. By Scav House, by that big rock behind there.
Don't hurt my PMC friend. You good? Oh god, they didn't kill you, did they? All right, boys. So let's start out just doing a scab run real quick. Get our feets under us. Oh, okay. Anybody that says Tarkov randomly do that, like to turn the music on when it is disabled in settings. Jamming. See? Muted. Like what is that? Let's do a woods run at 3 a.m. in the dark. So let me turn my filter on. Let's do color correction. Turn up just a hair. I don't know how or why it's so different, but like my screen is so freaking bright, and I can see everything in dark. Like I really don't have an issue in the dark in this game at all. DayZ, however, that game has dark to a whole new level. Yo, this phone stand has fallen like 4 times, and I'm not having it. Not having it. Matching. You know what I could do? I could totes pop up some music, right? And like jam out. Yeah, dude, I don't have to do that. My stuff is all just set up, basically. Like, I don't know, my screen is just hella bright. It was bright enough to where I had issues when I got it with having stupid bad migraines. Now, I'm immune. Or my eyes are super bad. Let's go load on in. There we go. I've honestly been super impressed with this like commercial free rock stuff. I saw they had some hip hop. I'm super curious about it. So let's take a stroll and see how good or bad this stuff is. All right, go ahead and panic OBS. That's also an option. All right, dude, that stuff might actually be halfway decent. I'm actually listening to that kind of stuff. Shoot, shoot. What is that? Screwdriver. Ooh. Oh, I don't think I freaking need that anymore. I think I needed a 5th one like yesterday. Give me that Tachanka. Do stuff on the couch. Door's not open. That's usually a good sign. Tools. Getting really close to be able to just trade for that med case. That will clean up the stash real nice. Somebody was here. Time is it? Oh, somebody could still be here. 18 minutes? That seems awfully early for a scav run. But a rifle would be legitness. Against milk. I want your warmage, you can keep those. Croutons. That armor. Grab that one. At least that one's gonna be full. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Wilson's. Get out of here. Juice. Alright, do we risk it? And check this scabby boy? I'm going to. This scabby boy's got a rifle. Or well, shotgun. You know what I'm saying. He's got a gun. Where's my outs? Scav bunker it is. Oh, somebody done did something. I was shooting for getting elite scav this way. Man, I just haven't been playing like I need to be for that. But dude, I just played so many other games lately. There's that IW4X that popped out. We might play a little bit of that tonight. When night's over, that's Modern Warfare 2. But it's like a redone version of it. Or... Bro, I've been playing a lot of Search and Destroy as well. And that kind of goes with everything that I am. But I figured out that I love Modern Warfare Search. And it sucks that it took me this long to figure out that I really enjoy playing it. This is, yeah, the 133, yeah. But I do have been playing DayZ a lot lately too, and really enjoying DayZ. Ooh, ooh. I hear you, cat. Ooh. Oh, hello, Frankie. Dog's wet, cold nose on my lap. Oh, I'm gonna break my legs. I'm gonna break my legs. Oh, I didn't break my legs. Oh, God. Cat, I hear you. You want to go outside. I understand, buddy. Like I said, we've been trying to get the scav leveled up just for funsies. The endurance is the same endurance as my PMC. The strength is way lower. But I have got so much time on these scav runs now. And it's cool because it lets me buy stuff, right? It lets me do stuff for content purposes like we did earlier today. Dude, there's a lot of money in scopes, in NVGs, and all that stuff, right? There was a little bit of prep that went into it. Because I had to track down somebody that had those night vision scope, set up. I had to beat them with pretty much nothing. But the dude that I took that off of had a DVL on customs with that killing the scabs with the bolt action at night task. But I caught him with a Gonesty right in the forehead. We had a Bastion and a whole bunch of goodies. I mean, he was just a moving loot pinata basically at that point. I think by the time we get a scav bunker, we'll be pretty well. Ooh, wee, horse. Milk. Milk drinking U-sex. PSO, PPT. Fuel. Nothing in. But I saw a dot pop up. I don't think I did. But it's like the one time I need chainlets. I need chainlets right now for a weekly. I'm not going to find them. But usually, you know, they are like littered everywhere. The cheapest thing possible. It's funny how different the OBS screen looks versus my screen. Like the OBS one obviously looks super flat, right? It's like just washed out. Versus mine, I can see color, I can see all sorts of depth. I haven't seen a moonshine spawn here in a hot minute. Yeah, I want to do this. What I would like to do. Ooh. Ooh. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm a loop pinata, don't look at me. Oh, a friendly voice. Sugar. Always check this bed in this dresser right here. A lot of times I've seen Bitcoins on there. Even, can't even. Don't need that. Sure. I mean, that's a pretty solid scav run, I would say. Like, I'm not upset with that by any means. Bastion, U-locks, master files, like decent stuff. Nothing earth-shattering, but that dude running by me though, I was not having that at all. I'll tell you what. Tell you what. I need that for a task coming up. No. Oh no. Alright, let's do this. All damn gold chains. Alright, we're starting to get in the money again. At least, like, starting to regain a little bit. I'll probably sell a bunch of those scopes too. There's a lot of the scopes that are just god awful that I won't use that are like super high zoom scopes. Hey, Hideout's got some stuff done. Come on, workbench load. Give me that tannerite though. I don't know. I guess I'll just do APM. That's what I have. Because why not? I guess. Alrighty. Let's unpack. Alright, so we want to do probably shoreline. Let's go ahead and grab AKM. Modding. Throw on that AK-12 because I have it. Okay. I guess we'll use this armor. Go with that mag. A103. Why can I not load? Oh, God, I put. What an idiot. What a goob. It's 545 PS. Oh, top up. Top up. Control. Is it like a Rick Ashley type of song? Like Rick Roll? Alright, so let's go ahead and throw on. These. You can't see it, but I am vibing. Yeah. What the hell else was that? Oh, splints. I'm forgetting something. Okay. Okay. Shoreline. Oh crap. You know what I probably should grab? Dude, I am in shambles tonight. Where are my markers at? Where the markers at, dough? Control. Oh, did I bury him somewhere? I probably freaking did. I'm not digging for him. I'll find him eventually and sell him. Yeah, feel free, dude. Where? Oh, that far down? Oh my good grief. Alright. We also gotta hit Pier. We also gotta hit... Shit, we're not gonna be very dark, are we? Pop the nods off. No point in taking them and losing them. I'm trying to insure my stuff just because I'm trying to do insurance fraud as much as possible. Even if it's like a lesser thing, I'll just drop my crap, pick up something else, and leave. Give me something a little more thump. All right, all right, all right. I can dig this. Yo, I gotta build a playlist built around these songs because I am pretty dang impressed. Like, I surprised a lot of people that I'm a rap hip hop fan. Like that's my go-to genre more often than not.
When you wish to be free, you look up to the sky and call on me. Then make the color in your sky, take away the gray. Turn the roof to a floor on a Saturday. Up it tall in the night.
Oh man, did Landmark get banned? That's what we shared on Twitter. That would be a thing. Right. Yo, dude, I'm actually, like I said, super impressed with the music from them. That Epidemic Sound, they are spot on. They've got a range of music. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kill those filters. A little dark, I know, but it'll lighten up. Hoping I can cut across here, right, and catch somebody coming across this field. We're on single shot. Bro. That dude is not pleased. I would be so mad. I would be so mad. Alright, homie. Well. What was the spawn I was looking for? Alright, well, I guess north we go. Don't be greedy. That's hilarious. I'm running ears, I'm running compact 2s. Poor guy. Ran right up on me. What do you have in his gun, though? 855. Nope. And a hammer. Ugh. Gross. Blueberry, man. That's a shame. Man, just lost a bunch of money in guns. That's what sucks, too. Like, the M4 is so artificially inflated for that task. But it's one of those, like, things, right? Is map knowledge, man. Knowing the spawns. Knowing how people rotate. Pizza Hut? What'd you have Pizza Hut? Forgot it better have pineapple on it. Pineapple and bacon. It is the marriage that needs to happen. I was hoping there were sniper scavs up. But it is not looking that way. Do I go for the OBJ? Or do I go for the XP and just get the hell out of here? It's like I have the 1 PMC kill, right? So I can probably get a little more scav kills on the way out, a couple more. Yeah, let's do that. And then the next round we'll push right to where we got a plant. Piece of pepperoni pineapple. Yeah, dude. Where it's at. Pineapple on the side. It's a interesting way to go about things. Yo, Scabby Boy, can you not yell at me, please? That'd be fantastic. It hurt my feelings immediately. If only they spawned. And push up here. Yo. He was walking there. He was not walking there. He was snapping there. I think from... For the Christ, this scav kills me. I'm gonna be super pissed. Oh my god, what the fuck? I shot him in the face. I thought, oh my god. Oh. Dude, I looked at him and was like, oh man, is that Sanitar? No, that's not Sanitar. I'd probably shoot that guy. And then he shot me. I was like, oh man. My thoughts were so slow. It took so long to register that I should shoot that. Like, I don't know what it was. Funny, because like that PMC was like, all right, you're dead, blah, 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 blah. And then that. All right. Well. Module 3M, I guess. Pain. I want to have another scav run up. 3 minutes. I don't even have her task. Dude, I have played so little Tarkov over the last little while. It's like hilarious. But I think we achieved what we wanted to achieve on here tonight with the with the night vision video. Dude, I can't believe that dude absolutely pooped on me though. Like that's hilarious. That's Scav. He was an angry boy. We're gonna go ahead and switch games. I'm gonna go ahead and try. I don't know, man. Let's play something weird. I'm gonna take a break real quick and take a look and see what's out. But I want to play something weird. So if you do want to keep watching, I'll be over on Twitch. YouTube doesn't like us switching games, so I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one.